Hi, I'm Jen, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm the artist and human behind Fructose Illustrations, and today I want to have a candid conversation with you about the highs and lows of being a self-employed artist with a small business. When I first started this channel, I knew I wanted it to be a place where I could document my journey and share my experiences and lessons learned with others who might be on a similar journey. And let me tell you, the last year and a half working for myself has been an absolute dream come true, and I'm happier than I've ever been in my whole life. That being said, there are certainly some challenges that come with the territory. But don't get me wrong, I love what I do, but there are some aspects of the job that people don't often talk about. So I want to take some time to shed light on those lesser discussed parts of being a self-employed artist and small business owner. So let's get right into it. When I first started out as a self-employed artist, I quickly realized that there's going to be a lot more to it than just creating art. Along with designing and making my own products, I also had to handle the whole business side of things. That meant taking care of marketing, bookkeeping, content creation, and a whole bunch of other administrative tasks. As my business, grew and expanded, I found myself spending less and less time actually making art, which can be a bit frustrating. So to make it more manageable, I always try to stay organized and tackle any of the admin tasks first. That way, I can get them out of the way and focus on the more fun things like creating art. I found that without proper planning or organizations, things can quickly pile up or things can be forgotten about, so it's incredibly important for me to always stay consistent and review what needs to get done. Another challenge that I sometimes face is making all the decisions and considering all the ramifications of those decisions. I have to set my own deadlines, decide what projects to take on, which manufacturers to work with. Having all these decisions to make can be overwhelming at times, and it's scary to think about making mistakes, especially since there's no blueprints or guide to follow. But I try to combat that by doing as much research as possible and talking to trusted friends and family members to get their opinions. It definitely helps me feel more confident in the choices I'm making, whether they're big or small. Although there are a few things that I had to adjust to since starting, I have found that there are actually some parts of running a business that I really enjoy. For example, I have found that I do enjoy creating content, particularly for my YouTube channel. I found that I love filming and I love showing what I'm working on and putting it together into a fun video while also sharing my knowledge and experience for others. And I found that it's a great way for me to connect with the people who are interested in what I do and share the same passion I have for art. Another challenge I face is finding a healthy balance between work and personal life. When you work for yourself, it's tough to switch off from work mode and take time for yourself, especially when you don't have a set schedule or a separate workspace. I love what I do, so it's easy for me to stay in work mode all day, every day. But as good as that might be for my business, it's not great for my mental and physical health. That's why I try to take, regular breaks throughout the day or week and do activities that help me unwind. For my mental self-care, I like to play on my Switch, for example, or watch a movie, or just any other activity that takes less of a mental load. As for my physical self-care, I like to stretch, I like to exercise, and all these things help my body be more active and limber, and it's especially important for me to keep my body moving since I spend so much time sitting at my desk in the same position. Being my own boss and setting my own hours are just a couple of the great perks that I have found to highly value. I can have a late start to a morning, take a longer lunch break, or even end my day early without worrying about upsetting anyone. However, therein lies a problem if I take these breaks too often. Since I am the only one responsible for keeping my business afloat, I am the one responsible to keeping my business on track. Sometimes though, I just need a longer break. Since I have the flexibility to make my own hours, I can take a trip or a vacation when I need or want to. But I definitely need to plan ahead if I want to take those longer periods of time off. Since, again, I'm the only one running my business, when I'm not here, nothing gets done. But I know that taking time for myself is important for my well-being, so I make it a priority to plan and get ahead on my work so that I can take a break without worrying about falling behind. When it comes to creating a separation between work and personal life, I've also established a dedicated workspace in a separate room that I share with my partner. I try to keep all my work in this space and avoid bringing it into other areas of our home. That way, when I come into this space, I know it's time to work. And when I leave, I can relax and take a break. When I first started my business, I was bursting with excitement and motivation to pursue my passions. It was a new and exciting adventure, and I just could not wait to get started. But as time passed, I realized that the real challenge was keeping up that same level of excitement and motivation. In the beginning, I was doing a lot of work without much affirmation or reassurance that I was doing everything right. When I first started posting online, my first followers were my friends and family members and people I knew in real life. And when I launched my shop, those same people were my first customers. While I am grateful for their support and encouragement, I knew I needed to reach a much wider audience to make my business truly successful. It was tough because I was constantly posting on social media, updating my shop, and researching new ways to grow my business. But despite all my efforts, I saw little growth and few to no sales for months. It was becoming discouraging, so I had to set realistic expectations for myself, and I knew that success would take time and consistency. I know that things don't happen overnight, and while it would be great if my post or my shop went viral, that was simply something that I could not rely on. But even with the best intentions and realistic expectations, there may still be days when I struggle to stay on task and feel motivated. It could be due to, tiredness, stress, or I'm just having a bad day. On these days, though, I try not to be too hard on myself. Instead, I take some time to journal because it allows me to sort out my thoughts and my feelings. It helps me to address any issues that are bothering me, like self-doubt, imposter syndrome, or fear of not achieving my goals. By writing down my thoughts and reflecting on what's working and what I'm grateful for, I can shift my focus to a more positive mindset. I tend to be an optimistic person. So for me, writing and thinking about the good things in my life help me feel more grounded and get me in a better mindset. Another way that I try to keep myself motivated and productive is by having a space that I love being in. In my previous video, I talked about how my desk setup and my studio corner helps me feel more inspired and be more creative and boost my productivity. I found that having a fun and inviting workspace makes it easier for me to get work done. I also use noise-canceling headphones to block out any distractions and to help me keep me focused. Being able to listen to music or listen to a podcast makes work much more enjoyable and productive. It's a small but effective way to stay motivated and make the most of any of my work days. When you work from home, it can be easy to feel isolated or alone, especially if it's just you and you have no colleagues or coworkers. Personally, however, as an introvert, I don't actually mind working by myself. However, I am fortunate enough to have my partner working alongside me so we can bounce ideas off each other and chat whenever we want. But I know that not everyone has this luxury, which is why it's crucial to find a balance that works for you. One way to avoid feeling isolated is to make sure you make time for the people in your life that matter. Whether it's spending quality time with your family or catching up with your friends, it's essential to prioritize these relationships. If you know others who work from home or are also self-employed, you can plan co-working sessions together, either in person or online. This not only helps you to stay productive, but it also provides you with some much-needed social interactions. Another great option is to work from a cafe or a coffee shop. You can get out of the house and enjoy a change of scenery while being around other people. Even if you're not engaging in conversation, being in the presence of others can be enough to alleviate any feelings of isolation or loneliness. Plus, you also get to indulge in some delicious coffee or treats while you're at it. Remember, finding the right balance is key when it comes to working from home, so be sure to take breaks, stay connected with others, and make time for yourself outside of work. This will help you stay productive and motivated while also maintaining a healthy work-life balance. When you're self-employed, financial uncertainty can be a real stressor. Starting a business takes time, and it can take a couple of years before you even get to a profitable stage. So for me, it's incredibly important to establish multiple sources of income. Currently, I sell products in my shop, engage in affiliate marketing, and earn through YouTube AdSense. In the future, I plan to explore more options like Patreon, wholesale, commissions, or even art licensing. This way, if one source happens to slow down, I still have other streams to fall back on. At the moment, however, my business is not generating a full income. However, I'm not surprised since it's only been a year since I started. To prepare for this uncertainty, I saved as much money as possible before quitting my last job. And I'm incredibly grateful that I have my partner's support during this time to provide us both with financial stability. And without him, I probably would be working a separate job to have an income to support myself while I build my business. I know that this is the reality that many others face, so I always admire their efforts. However, for me, because I do have this support, I definitely feel more motivated to work harder to make all of this work out. I realize that no matter what life throws at me, balance is the key to success. Sometimes I can get super motivated and inspired, but then things may not go as planned, and I need to find my balance again to keep me pushing forward. Maintaining balance and taking care of myself is always a top priority for me, especially since I am super determined to reach my goals and make my dreams a reality. It's not going to be an easy journey, but I have hope and I'm willing to put in the work. If you're in a similar boat, whether you're considering self-employment or starting your own business, I know it can be overwhelming. But trust me, finding your balance and taking care of yourself is crucial to your success. I hope my insights can help you navigate this journey and find success on your own terms. And if you found this video helpful or interesting, please leave me a like, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Additionally, don't forget to subscribe for more art-related videos, and if you want to further support me and my small business, please consider taking a look at my shop. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!